All right, Oklahoma, welcome back. Every month, you know the deal. We sit down with our local leaders to get updates on things happening around the metro. And today, it's our monthly sit down with OKC Mayor David Holt. He joins us live in the studio now. Good morning, Mayor. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Do they know the deal? Have they circled this on their calendar once a month?
They know the deal. Once a month, we sit down with our leaders. They expect it.
All right, great.
Okay, so let's talk about what everyone's talking about. I mean, earlier this month, you announced the plans for the new Thunder Arena, downtown arena. Just kind of give us a quick breakdown again of what those plans look like.
Yeah, I mean, the top line takeaway is what we have here is really a continuation of something we've done for 100 years. We have built a new arena in this community almost like clockwork every 30 years. This would be our fourth arena in the city's history. And it's time. It was 30 years ago that we last approved our arena in 1993 through MAPS 1. So in this case, however, we have this new added urgency of a professional sports team, something we never had before. And their lease has expired, and so that adds a bit of a time element to this. We really need to make a commitment. Fortunately, we were able to work out a deal with them to where they will commit to stay past 2050. My kids will be my age when this agreement expires. And what we have to do is build a new arena, and it will be state-of-the-art, and it will, I think, put us in the upper echelon of NBA arenas. And it's what we deserve, you know. We're America's 20th largest city. We need to have this legacy left for the next generation in our community. The beautiful thing is we can do all of that without raising taxes. We have a proposal on the table that would take effect, the tax to pay for this would take effect after the expiration of MAPS 4. So the rate you're paying today on sales tax in Oklahoma City would just stay the same. So we've been paying it for decades, and so the pitch is certainly, if you're comfortable with that, and most people have become comfortable with that, it won't change. So we feel like it's kind of, with all of those elements, it's a win-win. The team is putting in a contribution. I say, look, that's the first time anybody's helped us build our arena in 100 years. You know, I think that we've got a good plan in place, and the council will send it to the voters on Tuesday for an election on December 12th.
Okay, and speaking on that contribution, I mean, you mentioned this is the first time we've had somebody help build an arena here in OKC. The Thunder have committed to contributing $50 million, correct? There are some people who say maybe that's not enough. We spoke with Oklahoma Progress Now, who says, you know, the owners of the Thunder are billionaires. They can put a little bit more money. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, agreement takes the assent of two parties, right? So, you know, anybody who says, well, they should do this or they should do that, you know, this is what they've agreed to. These are the terms by which they will agree to sign a long-term agreement in Oklahoma City. So, you know, any ideas beyond that have already been rejected, right? So, like, we have to move forward in agreement. We can't make anyone do anything, right? They have other options. Their lease is expired, and as I've said here on this couch, you know, there are 18 larger metropolitan areas in this country that don't have an NBA team, some of whom already have $1 billion arena that doesn't require a contribution from anybody because it's sitting there right now as you and I speak. So, you know, of course, we would always welcome more donations to the city coffers, but this is the agreement on the table. And again, it's the first time we've ever had anything like this in city history. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. And I think voters have to make their own decision, but I think you also have to compare us to actual like-sized markets. You know, we're in the bottom 3 markets in the NBA. Our peers are cities like Memphis and New Orleans, and they've never had any contribution from their owners. We're not going to get the same deal that a top 10 market got. We're just not. It's a different economics. It's a different market. It's different population. We, as I said earlier, have always had to build our own arenas, and I hope we keep growing to where one day we get those big market offers. But where we are today is where we are.
And I think that kind of leads into this next topic here as you kind of compare our market size when it comes to the NBA and our team and comparing us to, you know, Memphis, New Orleans. But when we look at, you know, say other teams like the Golden State Warriors, I mean, they paid entirely for their stadium. We have San Francisco. Yeah, the Sacramento Kings, I believe, paid about half. Those are obviously much bigger markets.
2.5 million people, yeah.
So we're getting $50 million. I think maybe just a little bit more insight on how these conversations were had, how we kind of came up with this number.
Well, I think ultimately it's what the team is comfortable donating. And it's truly a donation. I think that needs to be made clear. We, the people of Oklahoma City, own the arena. The Thunder pays rent to us. They use it 40 to 50 nights out of 365. You know, as I said, we built our own arenas because we did that for all the right reasons over the last 100 years. It's our arena. We get to enjoy it, you know. In comes a tenant 15 years ago who brings so much economic impact to our city, $600 million in economic impact every year, not to speak of the brand and the identity that it's given our community. But they only use it like 40 or 50 nights a year. I think it's somewhat interesting to imagine that a tenant comes in and suddenly you expect them to do what we've been doing for 100 years. Again, I'll take any money that anybody wants to give this community as a donation. And we've had some wonderful philanthropy, including from the Thunder over the last 15 years. But this is the first time anyone has donated to our public project. So sure, I respect people who wish that the amount were larger, and who doesn't wish that, right? But we kind of have to work within the reality of the situation, the reality of being a very, very small market in the NBA, the competitive nature of this, and the fact that it is a business, and this team has put millions of dollars of philanthropy into this community. This team has brought itself to Oklahoma City, which has changed us forever. Again, happy and grateful for the $50 million donation. If people think it needs to be more, I think I would have to ask, is it worth not having the team over that preference, because that, to me, that's ultimately cutting off your nose to spite your face. But the beautiful thing about this and any other question that we have in Oklahoma City is the voters ultimately get to choose, right? So it's like, you can hit me with all the tweets you want, but you get a vote. And that's not always true in every city. So you get to have your voice heard. So it happens on December 12th. So be sure and come out.
Ultimately, it will be up to the voters. Now, another thing kind of here with the arena, in an interview with the Oklahoman, councilperson James Cooper talked about, presenting a community benefits program similar to what Milwaukee did to help better benefit our community here. Thoughts on that? Could we do something like that here with this arena?
Yeah, so Councilman Cooper, as well as the vast majority of the council, has been deeply engaged in this issue for well over a year. He and I have had many coffees and lunches talking about the arena. And one of his chief priorities throughout that conversation has been what you just described, something on the workforce side of it, something about the labor side of the operations of the future arena, which the agreement proposes would open in 2029. And so he's been working the last few weeks on a resolution to that effect that could be on this Tuesday's council agenda, along with the call for the election. And I think it's been a very positive conversation. I like the direction of it right now. I mean, we're still, as you and I talk, we're kind of right in the midst of finalizing that. The good news is, if for some reason we can't get there, I mean, there are 6 years between now and when the arena opens, but I know he wants to have some things locked in as part of this conversation, and I respect that. And we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, it's been a very healthy conversation, and I appreciate him. And I know that the article that you referenced also mentioned that Councilman Todd Stone is very much a part of that conversation. And those are two people on the council who really work together to try to get things done and find common ground, which I think has always been the political culture of Oklahoma City.
Okay, so we do have some more follow-up stories with you and just arena in general, so don't want to waste all of our time on that. Just real quick before we go, because we are out of time, just something on a different topic here. You were recently named on Time Magazine's Time 100 Next. You were described as a rising star. What's your reaction to being named here on this list?
I mean, a really cool honor. Look, I'm a longtime Time reader. I recognize the historic role that Time Magazine has played in our country, and to be in those pages is kind of cool for sure. But what I really love is, that the piece written by Mayor Bloomberg in this issue that's currently on the stands, really touches on what we're doing in Oklahoma City, and talks about MAPS 4, and talks about how we're finding common ground, and we're finding ways for Republicans and Democrats to work together. I think the arena is ultimately a perfect example of that. I think MAPS 4 is clearly a manifestation of that, and I'm glad that all that got highlighted. So it's very nice, and I'm very honored and grateful, but also really excited that it's just yet another opportunity to highlight Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and any opportunity we can get, we'll take it. Oklahoma City is great, rising city. Mayor Holt, thank you so much for coming in and updating us on all things arena. We know so many people have questions. Ultimately, up to the voters. Council meeting next week. We'll continue following this. Thank you again so much for your time.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan, let's get to you now.